baby, look, you. I look back and see a bit of a lost soul, a pleasure-seeking person that never quite found it. But I really feel as though I know where I'm going now.
The thing I'm pleased about is that she stopped drinking, and if Islam have done that for her, well, it can't be too bad.
A water, please.
Oh my God.
With no ice. Yes.
Although Yvonne Ridley was willing to put on a veil as an undercover journalist, as a practicing Muslim she's so far stopped short of doing so. She firmly accepts the faith in her heart, but practicing it with her head may take a little longer. For Shanaz Malik, the journey from white slough teenage mum to burqa-wearing Muslim wife has taken 6 years. Even now, there's still one important step to go.
I haven't told my family yet that I'm wearing the full veil, because I know it will upset them. They watch the media, they have a lot of preconceived ideas about Muslims, and so I have to tread carefully and explain that it's still me under here. Alicia, what are they doing?
Moving a Mars.
Moving the Mars. What's the old man doing? It shouldn't matter what I wear on the outside. You know, it shouldn't have an impact on how I am with them.
Shanaz converted the day she married her Asian boyfriend Nasir, a childhood sweetheart she'd met at school. At that stage, he was Muslim in little more than name. But as with a lot of new Muslims, Shanaz's conversion made him re-evaluate his own faith, or lack of it.
How's it going now, lad?
My partner wasn't religious at all. He thought that he'd been brought up as a Muslim, and now he's realising that he was brought up as a Pakistani. And he's now learning the true Islam without all the cultural things included, and so it's kind of brought him on that path as well to find out the true Islam.
Well, she's changed me, changed my life around. She has. I've no choice. No choice. From a normal Western boy to a newborn Muslim, I'd say. And it's all down to my wife.
Having found his faith, Naz decided at the end of last year to make an Umrah pilgrimage to Mecca. But when he came back in January, he found that Shanaz had been on a spiritual journey of her own.
The more and more I had learned about Islam, I realised that I really should be wearing the veil. So I took the chance when my husband went to Umrah to put the veil on, because when he came back, he had that Islamic knowledge and he knew that it was the right thing to do, and it's still here. So I really enjoy it. I love wearing it. I know that I'm doing the right thing, and it's a progression in my faith, and it did feel wonderful being able to walk out and know that I've got that little bit closer to being the person that I want to be.
It was a shock. It was. Ninjas we call them. But it's her own doing. It's what she feels comfortable in. And I don't mind.
The Quran says that we should dress modestly, and it's in our benefit to cover our beauty from strangers. I can wear what I want, you know, in the privacy of my own home. I can dress as I please. It's when I'm in front of men that are not my blood relatives and strangers outside. And amongst the sisters, when you're wearing a burqa, nobody can judge you. You are all equal. No one can judge you on the hair you have, the clothes you wear. Nobody is superior to another person, no matter how much money or anything that they have. You are a Muslim sister, and that is all that matters. The wonderful thing about Islam is the equality. So it's not purely for the ladies or the rules. Men are a lot more attracted to ladies on appearance than ladies are to men. And so my husband, he covers what he has to cover. He covers his body. It boggles me why people think that we're oppressed because we choose to do this, when, you know, they have certain ways in society that they have to live by. they feel that they have to dress a certain way and that they have to conform to fashion and society. So if they think we're oppressed, they're just as oppressed as they think we are.
Shanaz fully expected some hostility to her veil, but has been shocked that some of the fiercest criticism has come from other Muslims.
Even my husband's sister says to me, you don't need to go down that road, you're getting too extreme. You've got no right to wear that. I've had that said to me before by another person who claims to be a Muslim. I think it's because they know they're supposed to be wearing it and they're not, and all of a sudden there's an English girl wearing it, and it's making them feel, oh, you know, who's she to wear it? You know, it kind of puts the nose out of joint.
I know how to do this part now.
Shanaz insists on her right to wear and believe what she chooses, but as a parent, how much freedom is she willing to allow her own children?
I know how to put this.
I'd never dream of forcing them to wear the scarf because Islam is, you know, against that. And they wouldn't be wearing it for the right reasons if it was purely because their mother told them to. But if I'm able to teach them properly, then they'll know that that is what they should be doing and they'll want to do it themselves. You like wearing your scarf, Alicia?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I look like a Muslim girl.
You look like a Muslim girl.
Yeah.
Is that good?
And sometimes I play with your action man because I want to be a boy.
It's a misconception. Islam is about that freedom. You're not forced to do anything. I'm not going to tell them that it's right what they're doing if they choose to follow another religion, because I believe that my religion is right. It might upset me, but I will always be there for them. I will always support them.
Shanaz's children will all be educated at an Islamic school, and at the first opportunity, the family hopes to emigrate to a Muslim country. To Shanaz, these are positive steps, but to non-Muslim family members, that level of total immersion can cause worry or hurt. Take John Standing. He now has a new name, Jamaluddin, but to his family he'll always be just John. They can't understand why, in converting, John feels he has to give up so much of what mattered to him in his old life. But he prefers to focus on the profit, not the loss.
Didn't want to be a Muslim, it came to me, and I'm so glad it did. It's the greatest gift anybody's ever given me. It was a strange way of converting, really. I mean, I met my wife, Nasira. I didn't like the idea of her being a Muslim. All I knew about Islam was that it was a religion that was spread by the sword. That it was a religion created by man for man. That it treated women like second-class citizens. So I had all these misconceptions about Islam.
When John first started going out with Nasira, he was very much in love with her, well, he was with each other. I didn't think for a minute it would lead to him converting.
I'd lived a life where I didn't believe in Allah, I didn't believe in God, I didn't believe in a spirit. I was convinced, as I was brought up, that there is nothing after this life. Once you die, that is it. I tried to steer away from her, but she was very firm in her beliefs. And I felt that I had to understand why. And once I started to understand more about the religion, I started to read the Quran. And when it was reading the Quran, which would change my life more than anything.
It's not something I would have encouraged him to do, but it's something he wants to do. And if this is giving him peace, then let him do it. I am concerned that anyone that turns to a religion so quickly and pursues it as vigorously as he has, are brainwashed. This is my opinion. I think they get brainwashed in a way.
My father, all he knows about Islam is what he reads in the media. Pick up a newspaper, you don't hear a good story about a Muslim, you know, a Muslim's done this wonderful thing, or Muslims given to charity, or all you hear is this person strapped a load of Semtex to their body and blown themselves up. It's like saying that every single Irish person was in the IRA. It's not like that at all.